So, this is a story about a police chase in the city of Philadelphia. If you want to hear this story, continue watching. Before I get into this story, I want to remind you, man, the streets of Philly is dangerous. Anything can happen. Robbed, killed. In addition to that, you got to watch out for the police. So I paid this guy to take me up Philly to pick up a package because I didn't want to drive my own car. Now me and the guy are driving from Wilmington, Delaware to Philadelphia to pick up a package. He's driving, I'm in the passenger side. Now it's going to take like 30 minutes to get to Philly, and after that you just get off on an exit and drive to the connection spot. So we drove. The exit that we got off on was Aramingo Avenue. We got off on the exit and we drove through the city. Now mind you, driving from the exit through the city to my connection spot, anything can happen. Because like I said, Philly is a dangerous city. So as we drove through, stopped at the lights, continue on, and we made it to my connection spot. I went in there, pounded up for a minute, made the exchange, and was heading out. At that point, I felt pretty good because I'm halfway through the mission and everything's going smooth. Now we just got to drive from the connection spot back to the interstate. So we drive through the city again, stop, when we had to stop at red lights or stop signs and whatever. And then we finally made it to where we had to turn on the interstate. So we made the turn on the interstate ramp to get on Interstate I-95 going south. As we drive onto the ramp, like halfway through the ramp, there's an unmarked police car just parked there on the side. So we're really not worried about him. He ain't messing with us. We ain't messing with him. So we just drove past, went on up the ramp to get onto the interstate. But as we passed the unmarked car, he got behind us and pulled off. We still not concerned because as long as he's not messing with us, we wasn't messing with him. And mind you, this particular car was one of those old cars that you might see on TV, like box Chevy type car. The kind that you see the siren, they put it on the hood of the car. Or also they have the sirens in the grill of that, kind of vehicle. So we drive on it, get on the Interstate I-95. And this part of the interstate has like 4 or 5 lanes, but we're like in one of the middle lanes and we continue on. The cop car get right behind us in the same lane that we're in. And we drive like this for a couple miles and he put the sirens on. Woo! The sirens in his car were in the grill. He got the siren on. At that point, I communicated to the driver. I said, listen, man, we ain't gonna stop. Just look straight ahead, So we just kept on going and looked straight ahead. That was the plan. So the car, came next to the driver's side. We're looking straight ahead, but out the corner of my eye, I can see him waving and saying something. Most likely he was saying, pull over, pull over. But we wasn't having that. We was continuing to go on. So the officer backed up and got behind us once again. Lights are still flashing. And he drove like that for a while as we continued and would not stop. Then he got on the passenger side. I continued to look straight ahead, but I can see him out the corner of my eye. He's waving. And he's saying something. Most likely, pull over, pull over. We wasn't having it. We continued to go on, and he continued to do his wave and all that. Then he got behind us, and we continued on. At this point, I got to make a decision. Do I want to throw the product out, or do I want to risk keeping it and end up getting locked up? Normally, I would have the product in the door paneling or, under the hood, head out in a secret compartment. This time I had it up there with us. Mind you, if I throw it out, that's thousands of dollars going down the drain. But I made the decision. Roll the window down, throw it out. And I can see it tumbling, boom, 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 on the interstate. He pulled over. The officer pulled over to where the package was. I guess he got the package, but we continued on. Me and the driver had a discussion, whether we would get off on the next exit or just stay on the interstate and take our chances, because we were concerned that he probably radioed ahead. Well, we decided we were not getting off on the exit until we got back home and got off on our own exit. And that's what we did. And we made it home safe. And like they say, hindsight is 20/20. All that means is when you look back on something, you get to see the bigger picture, the whole picture. And looking back, I could probably say that God was probably trying to tell me something, such as, Mark, chill out. You don't need to be doing this. It's not going to end well for you. But at that time, I wasn't hearing that. I couldn't hear that because I had a mission, and my mission was to make money. And in my mind, I thought that was the only way I could make money. Mind you, I was 21 years old, and all was on my mind was money, money, money. I was blinded by greed. I hope that you can find a lesson in my story as well. I would hope that lesson would be, don't get involved in the game, in the street life, drugs, none of that. Because it only lead to a few things. Addiction to your own product, in and out of prison, or an early death. Those are the options. Very few people retire in the game. Your retirement is going to be your grave, with others saying RIP on their t-shirts for you. And we don't need that. Listen, man, I thank you for watching the video. If you have not done it already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified anytime I make a video. And until next time, man, y'all be safe. Peace.